Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as many of you guys know, because I always say this like every week, but I am in the process of redoing the guest room. So today is the day we are finally gonna be painting, decorating, building furniture and all that fun stuff. And I'll probably end up going out and getting some other things. It just depends on how the room looks at the end, like what I think is missing. I have so many ideas in my head, so my head is just like all over the place right now. But anyways, today I am going to be redecorating this room, and I am going to be showing you guys a before and after. I might do a separate like guest room tour explaining where I got everything, like yeah, literally everything more in like detail and stuff. So I am really excited. I am just gonna go ahead and set the camera and start putting the tape down so I can start painting and all that fun stuff. I am actually so excited to do this makeover because I don't know, it's been in the works for a long time and I'm just super happy. So anyways, if you guys want to see what this room looks like afterwards, then just keep on watching. So the first thing I started doing was putting tape all around the edges and making sure that whenever I went and did the edges with the paint, that none of it got on the little like white part. Eventually I did get tired of putting tape all around and I just kind of started like freehanding it. So it did turn out pretty well, even though I did freehand it. And even the mistakes that I did make, you couldn't really tell because yeah. So then afterwards I did end up taking off the nails and everything that was on the walls and all of the curtain rods and stuff like that, because I knew that I wanted to do the curtain rods a little bit higher than what they were. So as you can see, I did cover up all of the holes with some putty. Now you can see that I'm pretty much freehanding everything. Painting this room didn't take too long. We started around like 6 p.m. and then we finished around like 11, only because we did have dinner, we did play with the dog and all that stuff, so that's why it took us a little bit longer. If not, we would have finished earlier, but we started painting the day before because we wanted to make sure that the paint was absolutely dry by the morning time. So in the morning time the next day we were mostly focused on like picking up and building furniture and pretty much putting the whole room together and not wasting any time waiting for the paint to dry. We are finally done painting. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna get on this side so you guys can see the other side. So yeah, we're done painting, and then tomorrow we're gonna pick up all that stuff and kind of start organizing and cleaning the floor, and then we're gonna start building the furniture and putting everything in here and all that stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Hi everyone, so today is day 2 of this room makeover process thing, and I did show you guys the night version of kind of like how the room looked like in the nighttime, but now I'm going to be showing you guys what it looks like in the daytime. So let me move over here. So yeah, this is what it pretty much looks like right now. I did finish painting yesterday, but this is what the color looks like in the daytime. It's still the same color that's all over the house, but I didn't know if I wanted to go with white or with gray, but I just ended up picking gray because this was like my filming room and I wanted a white background, but now like I just don't really film in here anymore. So yeah, this is what it looks like currently. The bed is over there, everything's just all over the place, so I'm about to start picking everything up and putting things away, but this is currently day 2. So now that it is the next day, I started off by picking up the room. I picked up the stuff that we didn't need anymore, especially like stuff for the paint because we were done painting and we didn't have to like paint anymore. And then I ended up sweeping the floor because all of that mess and all that dust that was on the floor, especially because I was going to put the bed in the corner. So I started sweeping that area underneath where the bed was going to go. So while he was drilling the holes in for the curtains, I was putting the curtains in the curtain rods, and I really liked how these curtains looked. I like the little hanging style that they have. I did get similar ones for the master bedroom, and now I am messing around with like the baskets. I'm trying to figure out like how I wanted them to go. Eventually I did end up switching it up because originally I wanted them to go from like top left, bottom right, but they ended up going top right, bottom left. So I kind of was just messing around and playing around with every like piece of furniture in this room because like I said, I went into this room kind of not knowing what I wanted to do. Like I just had so many ideas, and then eventually as the room started coming more together, then that's when I started seeing like where I wanted things to go. And as you can see, I had my little assistant with me because if it wasn't for him, then I wouldn't have been able to do half of these things, especially hanging the curtains. He's very like precise on where he wants things to be, and they have to be like very even. So that's why I had him help me, because if it was for me, I would have just kind of like, yeah. So I'm glad he helped me in this process because I wouldn't have finished on time. Now it was time for my favorite part, which was building the furniture. I did build the nightstand. It was very easy. It was only a matter of screwing in the legs. And I also did clean it off with some Clorox wipes just to make sure that it wasn't like all dusty and all that was going everywhere. And then eventually we did move on to the chair. I love the chair. It is like my favorite piece of furniture in this room because I really like how it looks. It's very modern, but then it has like wooden legs, which kind of gives it off like a boho feeling, especially because that's what I was going for in this room. And after we were done building the chair, I kind of started playing around with where I wanted things to go. I did put it in the corner at first because I didn't know exactly until like the rug was in and the TV was up and all that. And now I'm pretty much just working on putting things away, picking up everything that doesn't belong in that room anymore, and just finding a place for it outside of this room, especially because I didn't want clutter in this room. I just wanted it to be very like new and very fresh and kind of just like more homey rather than being like a storage room. So now it was time to bring the rug in and lay it down. At first I didn't like the rug too much because I thought it was too small for the space, but eventually with moving furniture around and playing with some pieces here and there, I did end up liking it. It did tie the room together because of the color, I guess. The only thing is that it kind of bothers when you walk because I feel like it kind of pokes your feet. So that's the only bad thing about it because it is made out of trees or something like that. I don't really remember. So now it was time for me to put some Velcro strips onto the back of the baskets, and the reason I did this was because I didn't want to make any holes onto the wall. I really don't like putting anything on the walls, especially something that's gonna like damage it. So I avoided that at all costs, and I did get some Velcro strips off of Amazon. I believe they were like $9 and they came with about like 14 pairs. I did run out, so the last basket was not able to make it up there, but I still have to order some so that one can be added on there. And the biggest one I did end up putting on there with a nail because it was kind of hard trying to figure out where the Velcro strip was going to go because it was like it came off of the wall too much. But I did put these on, and till this day they're actually still on the wall and they're doing just fine. So I'm so glad I got these because they're not going to damage the wall at all. Keep on running back to you. I keep running back to you. And finally, it was time to make the bed and put any like little detail that was missing in the room. I did end up getting that comforter from Target, and then I also ended up adding some pillows all around. I wanted to add pillows all around, kind of make it more like a day bed, but the way I wanted to do it at first was not the way that I did it, because I wanted to incorporate the pillows that were originally there, like the ones that you actually lay your head on. These are more like decorative pillows, but I did like how these turned out. I felt like the less pillows, the better, rather than just having a whole bunch laying around. And then I started picking up more stuff that I just had laying on the floor, some little screws that were left from the TV little stand thing, and I just started putting stuff in bags and throwing things away that I wasn't gonna need anymore. And that concludes today's video. This is what the before was of this room. I know it looks very messy because at this point I was getting ready to kind of like decorate the room, and I was just storing everything that was coming through the mail in this room. It was kind of more like a storage room at this point, but this is pretty much the before. You can see that the curtains are all the way at the ground. We ended up switching that up and just getting rid of this mess. I had so much fun building this room and doing this transformation. It honestly like makes me so happy because I have been working on this for a long time. I have been doing drawings on where I wanted things to go and getting like inspiration off of Pinterest. So if you guys aren't following me on Pinterest, then I'll have it linked down below. And I'll also do a separate video talking about more in detail of where I got things from and having all that linked down below and all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.